All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. I think we are live. I hope we are live. Just checking to see if there's anything in the chat. I'm not seeing anything, so hopefully that's working and I can get you guys on live. If you are just joining me now, say hello in the chat so that I know I'm not just talking to the air out there and that nobody's actually pitching in. And if you're watching this as a replay, welcome. We love having you here too. You can go ahead and say hello in the chat as well. And I'll get back to you when I take a look at the messages. So I will be seeing the chat whether you're live or not. So we dropped the episode yesterday, episode 19. We are talking about perimenopause and menopause, and it went a lot into identity. So pull up a chair because today we're going to chat a little bit more about perimenopause and menopause, but in a different lens. Now, this is such a huge topic. Like people have made their entire careers around this topic, so there's no way that we're going to cover it in like 2 episodes. And we don't claim to be the experts, especially medically. So if you are looking for some medical help, please make sure that you seek out a professional. But as you'll see in the episode, we talked a lot about identity in that. And that's very important because it all kind of happens at the same time of life. Today, I'm going to really touch on something else. So, if you've got your cup of whatever you've got, let me know what it is that you're drinking in the chat. I've got some cocoa because it's been a cocoa kind of day. So, I'm going to have some cocoa here. Even though it's only 5:30 at night, I'm looking forward to having a shower and putting on some pajamas and doing nothing because that's what I like to do. And Coach Shelley happened to mention the in the episode that she has found that now in menopause that when she gets hunger pangs, she has to eat. Well, I have grown the wisdom to know that when I feel like I need rest, I need to listen to my body. And I'm hoping that you listen to your body too and listen to your heart. That's important as well. Now that we're talking a little bit about body and health, did you know that the physical health effects of social isolation are comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day? That comes directly from the US Surgeon General's advisory. That's the same office that tells us that tobacco kills people. So that's pretty severe. We talk about eating well, we talk about exercising, and we talk about getting enough sleep, but well, we're starting to talk about people getting enough sleep, but nobody's really talking about community and how important that is. So, when did you last have a real conversation? Not about logistics, not about kids or grandkids or work, but how you actually are. Drop a number in the comments. How many days ago was it? I'm pretty fortunate. That I have surrounded myself well, with my husband, I talk about this kind of thing regularly, but with a girlfriend or another woman, how long ago has it been for you? Because for me, I meet up with the coaches because we co-work 4 days a week. So I have these conversations regularly, thank goodness. But I saw how this can happen. I saw a lot of evidence over COVID for sure. And I also saw some evidence in when my mother in law was diagnosed with dementia. Um, when she had more interaction, she tended to do better. And I saw my mom when she lived on the farm and she wasn't getting out very much and she wasn't spending a lot of time in conversation with other women. She was kind of a little depressed. And then when she moved into town and was able to go out and be a part of community for Well, nearly every weekday she's out and about with some sort of game, some sort of activity, and now she's thriving. Like, her mental faculties are better and all of that, and as you may or may not know, different chronic diseases tend to target women a lot more than men. I suspect it has something to do with this, right? Everything culminating. So let's go back to loneliness though. Loneliness is gaining some attention globally as a public health issue because elevated loneliness increases one's risk of depression, compromised immunity, chronic illness, and mortality. So let me read exactly what the Surgeon General issues. Well, it's not exact, but it's a formal advisory on this specific thing on loneliness. This is so serious. Um, the loneliness research is showing an epidemic level in North America. And if you look at the blue zone studies, most of the blue zones, they have different diets. They are all somewhat active. Um, but the main thing that they have in common is community, right? Like I'm trying to remember I think it was the Japanese that have the Moad, I think it's called, where groups of women get together regularly so that they can perform some sort of act together. And that's phenomenal. And there are stories of like even primitive times when women would get together in tribal times, and they would go through these things together. They would go through menstruation together, being guided by the elder women who have gone through it already. And then as elder women, they would, of course, be the guides and they would get together to help each other out and learn how to keep each other healthy. It was pretty fantastic for a longer, healthier life. Um, but what really landed for me was that social isolation has been compared to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That is the impact that loneliness can have. So if that doesn't tell you that you need to get community, I'm not sure what else will. Because we know smoking is bad for us. I'm not going to judge someone as to whether they choose to smoke or not. I don't think they're lying to themselves. They know the impact of it. Um, and these women here who become lonely, they don't only just feel a little bit sad, they have actual measurable physical harm to their body. We know that perimenopause already taxes the immune system. It disrupts sleep, it elevates inflammation, and it increases depression risk by like 40%. Loneliness compounds every single one of these things. The two feed each other. So that means that community is not just emotionally nice to have during this transition, it's physiologically protective. So when you find your people during this transition, you don't just feel better emotionally, you're literally helping your body through it. So in the episode, I want you to remember, oh, hello, Coach Joyce. Nice to have you with us. In the episode, most of the coaches talked about how they had felt dismissed in some way. So not only does this invalidate us and make us feel some kind of way because of the emotional invalidation, but it also hurts us physically. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I have seen a little bit about what stress can do to people. And I know people who are extremely stressed can sometimes get to the point where they end up in hospitals or they end up with chronic illnesses. A lot of chronic illnesses are actually related to stress. So I can't see invalidating someone and stressing them out and excluding them from community in some way, shunning them is helpful physically. I think we can do better. As a society, I think we can do better. Um, So this is part of the reason that we created our pledge. I don't know if you saw the episode yet. If not, the link is in the description or the caption. So take a look there. But in there, we talk about making a pledge about not being dismissed. When I was editing this and when we were creating the blog post the article that goes along with this, we wanted to make sure that we captured this pledge, that we help people create this community and be a part of our community if you don't have one of your own. And we're going to pledge not to be dismissed. So we have a pledge wall on our website, betteryou.coach/pledge. It doesn't cost anything. We just want you to go on there. If you can pledge for yourself that you are worthy, you are not going crazy, and you will not be dismissed. All you need to do is add your name and your email address so that we don't get a bunch of bots, and it will come up on the wall. Just your first name, so you are still anonymous, but you can be a part of our community because I think this is important, and I think that we can do better. Um, Now, I want you to give me your best emoji to let me know how you feel about whether you're in a community or not. Is your community happy? Give me a happy face. Is your community sad? Give me a sad face. Let me know in the emoji what it is like in your community. So, I wanted to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to reach the community, and I can offer you as much as you want. I know you and I may or may not know each other personally, so you may or may not feel comfortable. Thank you, Coach Joyce, about loving the pledge. Um, yeah, it was a great thing, and I saw that you signed it, so that's fantastic. Thank you. Um, But yeah, if you're not comfortable being a part of our community or you want something in real life, there are ways for you to seek out a community. Find some people who enjoy doing the same sort of things that you enjoy doing. Or post in a community group and say, hey, I'm looking for someone to hang out with. Um, there are meetup groups. Uh, I know around here we have some that hike, some that do fiber arts, some that do a bunch of different things. They meet up to do things. That's a fantastic way. There are clubs in your area, and they may not be easy to find, but they are there. And I want you to take a look um, and show up. You only need to go once. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. And that's okay. So I want to know, give me a thumbs up if you are going to try to be a part of a community, either to gain community for yourself or to give community to someone else. Because really, our mothers, our daughters, our friends, our sisters all need to feel like they belong in a community. And I think we deserve it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you want to be a part of a community. All right, that is all I have for you today. Unless someone has any questions, I have not seen anything come up in the chat. Um, so always remember, you matter. Please take care. See you next time.